awesome viewers, welcome to AC Studio. In this video, let's take a look at the Joytoy Warhammer Heresy Alpha Legion, the Headhunters. So we have a Headhunter and a Headhunter Prime, and the Headhunter got this Bane Strike Combi Bolter and a Power Dagger, and this one got nothing. Anyway, but it probably got a power sword or in a bolter, something like that. And let's have a quick look, and basically you can see the accessories are actually quite similar. The number of accessories are the same, so you can see there always inconsistency in the Joytoy's packaging. But anyway, let's open it and take a look. And I also got the Alpha areas, which I haven't reviewed yet. I actually had it for a while now, more than a month. I'll show you in the next video. Alright, clear base, and that is the Headhunter Prime. And the next one is the Headhunter. Right, so these two together. Alright, that's how they look like in the container box. You can see they got 3 sets of exchangeable hands. So one is holding the gun, the other 2 is holding the sword, and then you got 2 fists. Right, so I'm not going to go through these hands again. Let's have a look at the details of the figure. I am excited to share that my channel now has an official collaboration with LT Cave, one of the best places to get your hands on 1:18 scale action figures like Joytoy, Warhammer and more. One thing I love about them is their LT points and LT fans club. With every purchase, you earn LT points. Regular members get 2% back, but LT fans get a huge 12% back in points. Yes, 12%, that's a lot, which you can use on future orders. Fans Club members also get access to exclusive figures and bonus discounts when buying multiple items. If you're a serious collector like me, the savings really add up. I've already used my LT points to get a discount on my next figure. Definitely worth checking out. So why not visit the website, have a look and get your favorite figures. Alright, I just unboxed them, and you know what? It looks really good. I love the colors. Alright, let's take a look at the accessories first before we look at the figure. Both figures have the same bolt pistol. The details looking very nice. You can see the muscles, you can see through it, the holes. And you got the silver highlighting on the gunmetal color, but there's no highlighting on the black. And let me see if I can pull this off. Yes, I can pull the cartridge off. So you can see the cartridge is detachable. Pretty good play feature, very nice. So that is a very nicely made bolt pistol. And then both figures also have both figures have the Bane Strike Combi bolters. So there are 2 muscles. You can see it's beautifully made, very nicely painted as well. And you can see this targeting system, and everything comes in really nicely. Yeah, same as the bolt pistol, no gray highlighting or lighter highlighting on the razor edges of the black, but otherwise pretty good, really nicely done weapon. No play features, but yeah, looking very nice. And on the Headhunter, it has the dagger. So you can see there is a sleeve on the side panel here, on the hip side panel, and you just pull this out like that. Yeah, you can see the details, very simple details, but very nicely sculpted, and with a very nicely sculpted eagle head at the bottom. Yeah, very nicely done. And then you can just put it on the hand like this. So looking really nice like that. And on the Prime, I just realized what Prime stands for. Is actually the leader of the kill team. So he's the leader of the team. He's just a typical soldier, so that is why he got this power sword. I believe that is a power sword. The color of this sword is actually a little bit different to the other figures that I got from Joytoy Heresy, right? It is in a darker shade, darker silver as well, darker gunmetal color. Even the handle itself, everything is like dark, a black color, and the handle is in brown color, and so that it looks stealth, right? So it looks pretty good to me, right? It is a great. It seems like Joytoy is missing the paint for the energy emitting light on the sword, but otherwise, yeah, it is a beautiful sword, right? So that sums up all the accessories on 2 figures. In terms of details and finishes, these 2 figures actually got the most blue, put it this way, because it is a typical soldiers, right? It's not like the console Hero Masters, yeah, so it got less decoration, and that's why it got more blue. But you know what? It looks really good as well. If you put a Praetor in the middle together, I think it just looks great together because they have similar level of details. The Praetor obviously got a little bit more details, but otherwise looking really good together like that as a team, right? You can see on the chest piece for both figures, you know, they got these, you know, patterns on it, or the serpents, you know, skinned, you know, details or whatever you call, you know, on the chest. The sculpt is amazing, right? Under the lights, you know, it is shiny, beautifully done. And head sculpt, I think the Headhunter has a better head sculpt than the Prime. On the Prime, it has less details, less stuff, right, on the head. You can see the white on the teeth, you know, it is beautifully painted, accurate, precise as well, pretty good. The details on the head as well, look at that, that's pretty amazing. And the other one got more details. It's not a Prime, but it got more stuff on it. The extra kind of like you know, lens on his eye, and also the pipe is actually pink and green as well. The Prime doesn't have a pipe, you can see. It's very different, right? Of course, I like this one more. Also got these, you know, details on the top, beautifully done. Both has the same shoulder pad or pauldron, looking beautiful. The sculpt is amazing. Painting also, yeah, not bad, pretty nice, pretty accurate as well. And the Alpha Legion's emblem as well, it's printed on it, but otherwise looking very nice. And also the details on the belt, you can see exactly the same. The legs are the same on these two, so these two you can see exactly the same, but these two are different, looking very nice as well. Both have unique details. And then at the back, you can see the backpack is exactly the same, no differences. Details on the legs are very similar, except, you know, this one and this leg, obviously they're different, but otherwise I think the rest of the figure is exactly the same. The only negative thing I can pick up, right, on these figures, right, is if you look at the elbow shield, right, you can see, because it is made of soft plastic, so that is why if you look at this way, you can see it actually opens up, right, because it is soft plastic, right? So it actually opens up like this. Looks a little bit awkward, but you don't really see that easily, because most of the time it is hidden under the pauldron, right, under the shadow of the pauldron, right? So you don't see that, but you know, this issue rarely happens in Joytoy figures, not in the older one, but in this new one, particularly these two, it has this funny issue here, right? So it kind of like deformed, right? Doesn't really matter, minor issue only. Alright, so that sums up the details of these two figures. In terms of weathering, to be honest, I actually don't think I see any weathering on the metallic blue, which is fine because it's metallic. You're not supposed to have weathering on it. It looks really awkward because it is shiny. You know, you don't need weathering on it because the visual impact of the light effects, right, the reflection and stuff like that, has a bigger impact to the shadowing, right? You know, because this is just a flat kind of like surface. So, but otherwise, you know, this is good. You know, to be honest, this one looks even better than that. Anyway, in my last few videos on the Alpha Legion figures, you know, we can see how, you know, some of these figures like the console, the Exodus, these latest, you know, Alpha Legion figures are now bigger, right? But now we got a chance to compare non-special characters, just, you know, typical soldiers, right? This is all Horus Heresy, you know, the same rank figures, right, or similar rank figures. So let's take a look at the size comparison between the Summer Horus, Imperial Fist, and the Alpha Legion. So I'll put the legs together a little bit closer, otherwise it's shorter. And you can see this figure obviously is a little bit taller than the other two. So roughly, you know, 5 millimeters taller, 5 millimeters taller than the Imperial Fist in the older armor, and also on the Mark 4, I can remember Mark 4 5 armor. And then we have the Death Swan and also the Suzerain Scott. And you see they are also 5 millimeters taller, right, than the other two. At least all these figures here, the height is actually quite similar, right? They're almost the same. So that's pretty good. But whereas the new figures, even though I know they're same rank, but obviously they are taller. I mean, there's no doubt about this now, right? By the look of it, because we have the figure in hand. Obviously you can see they are a little bit taller, but if you put it, you know, away, you know, put it a little bit further away, it doesn't look that bad. You know, it looks very similar, right? And if you compare these two figures with the Hero Master console, you know, Exodus, So in a way, I think it looks really good. So he has this variation between a special character and a typical low rank figures. So this whole Alpha Legion scale comparison is pretty good to me. And yeah, it looks really, really good together like that. I put the Terminator there as well. So here it is. Yep. So everything looks really good together, scale wise, alright? I think it looks really good. And lastly, compared to the Praetor, they are actually very similar in height. You can see they are actually, well, almost exactly the same. Actually, exactly the same. So yeah, so it is the same size as the Praetor, alright. And now comes to the end of this video. These two figures is definitely a must-have in my opinion if you collect the Alpha Legion squad like I do here, right? These figures are just very simple, very, very nice. Painting is amazing and I highly recommend them. So in the next video I'll reveal the Alpha ears, so please stay tuned. And you can see I got every single figures from Alpha Legion right now, so that having the Alpha ears together will look really, really good. Alright, well, except the Dreadnought, I haven't got a Dreadnought yet. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and I will talk to you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.